Hey guys, welcome to another Heavy Metal Diecast video. And today's little unit we have here is a little Valentine tank. This is a Mark III Valentine II tank. I got this off a seller on eBay for $30. It's sort of a generic, sort of like a magazine type edition. Doesn't come in a fancy box or anything like that, just this blister packet with the cardboard base. But this particular tank was an English-made infantry tank that first saw service during World War II. And it was actually built between 1940 and 1944 with around 8,275 tanks made in all variants. So it was extensively used in the North African campaign, and the Valentines actually replaced the Matilda. So it was used in pretty large numbers by the Soviets as well. And in a sort of an aid to Russia fund, it was actually headed by Clementine Churchill, which is Winston Churchill's wife, and which they supported the Communist Party of Great Britain. And the Russians did use these until war's end as well. But this particular example is obviously one that's used in the North African campaign. It's got some details of the vehicle in there, obviously in Russian, so I did buy this off a seller on eBay, as I mentioned, and it was a European seller. So, and obviously it is 1/43 scale diecast. What we'll do is we'll get this out of the packet and have a real good look at it. So with the backing cut off, we can peel this blister packet up and have a look. Just have a cardboard stock at the back, and we can have a look at the tank. That is the important part. Hopefully we can get some focus there for you. And look, to be honest, it's a pretty cool looking rendition. It is quite well done. The paint does look quite uniform. Sometimes I have had some issues with these particular brands, these sort of magazine brands, where the actual metal parts and the plastic parts don't sort of blend in very well. I've actually had it with a lot of the Russian type ones, but this particular example does seem to match in really nice. It does come up pretty nice. So we got what do we got? We got Harry one there. So, and it's got the 2-pounder, which by the stage in the war, that 2-pounder was pretty much not very effective for, well, not tank versus tank, but this was an infantry support tank anyway. It wasn't designed for tank versus tank sort of combat. So I think overall the quality of this particular build is pretty good. I don't have a problem with it, and as I said, I like my armour in 1/43 scale. It does afford you that extra bit of detail, as you can see, compared to, say, 1/72 scale. And I will keep doing these 1/43 scales as long as I can keep getting some of them. So I know there won't be as many as 1/72, but hey, who knows? We might start doing some 1/72 eventually if I do run out of some 1/43 scale armour. But hopefully you're enjoying these armoured videos as well as my aircraft ones. But I think overall this particular example, as I said, is a pretty good one. I reckon it comes up really nice. These actual tanks were pretty slow. I think they only had a top speed of 15 miles per hour, so they weren't exactly the quickest. And I think they had a 90-mile sort of range. But I think for what this is, it's around $30, $30 Australian. I think it's a pretty good value, and it does come up really nice. And do a bit of a sausage finger test. It isn't tiny, so it is reasonably sized. And as I said, it's all die cast. This is all that's plastic, but the main body and everything is die cast. The tracks, they're a little bit pliable. They're not as soft as some that I have felt, but they do move a little bit. But you're not going to be sitting there playing with the tracks anyway. And the turret does move around and everything. So, and the gun, I don't think the gun has any sort of elevation or anything like that. That 2-pounder. That doesn't bother me. It's they're static displays, so I'm not driving it around trying to pew things. So I reckon it comes up good. Hopefully you do too. So I'll wind this video up, and I'll take some happy snaps of this beast, and you can check it out. And hopefully if you did enjoy the video, throw us a little bit of a like. That'd be awesome. And if you haven't subscribed and you like these armoured videos we're doing, subscribe to the channel, and that way you will be notified when we chuck another armoured review up. But so once again, this is sort of a generic sort of magazine type one. It is sort of from Russia, going by the Russian written on the base plate of the vehicle details. And it is a Mark III Valentine II from 1941. And this particular vehicle was used by the British during the North African campaign. So I think it's a pretty good looking vehicle. It comes up really nice, and I think it's yeah, not a bad looking unit. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, guys.